Yo, what is up, guys? It's Xeyo here, and here we have it, our Dark Magician deck list that we're gonna take to locals. You guys are gonna see we actually did get to summon a Dragon Master Magia a few times. All right, not that many times because this guy's just really hard to summon. Okay, but we actually did pretty well. We ended 3-1. A lot better than what I thought we would. My first locals, I didn't go so well with like Dark Magician. This is like the updated list. I did record some video gameplay of the other one, but I think this list is just infinitely better than the last one I had. So let's just go through the deck list and you guys can kind of see what I got going on here. So unfortunately, there's no reason to be playing Dark Magician Girl because all we're trying to do is just make this bad guy. So Dark Magician Girl doesn't really do anything in our deck list here. So we're just playing one Dark Magician to get like a free send with souls, and then with Soul Servant and Jaw. Double Rod and 3 souls, 3 illusion of chaos, and then 1 Timaeus. So this is because we want to open 2 of these, so like illusion of chaos plus souls, or like rod plus illusion, or that's why we're also playing the preparation of rites, so just so we can see 2 of them, because Timaeus is going to be how we fuse into the new guy here. And Soul Servant also kind of acts as that, although it doesn't really work as well because you need to draw it like with Magician Souls. So if you draw it with Souls, then Soul Servant plus Magician Souls is like pretty good. And then Toy Box Engine, we're playing triple Toy Box, then double Toy Soldier and 1 Toy Tank. So this one, I did consider going up to 3 Toy Soldier because seeing Toy Box like just in general at all, even if it's not the first card, is really, really helpful. So I would probably consider bumping this up to 3. Because when you don't see it, the game is just a lot harder. Let's just be real. Because drawing 2 off souls is, even if you don't draw the engine you need to make some of the good fusion monsters, it's still just really good to just draw a bunch of cards and start playing a bunch of hand traps and all of that. And you just get a bunch of bodies to make link monsters too. So yeah, the heavily will consider Toy Soldier at 3 if I play this again. And then our target to add off Toy Soldier is Goddess of the Third Eye, because she's a fusion substitute. And we're substituting that good old Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, all right? And also can be used to substitute Dark Magician for if we want to go for a little bit of Dragoon stuff too. So not too bad. I did remove the Cartasia because I felt like the Timaeus was just typically better than the Cartasia. Although Cartasia is kind of nice that you get the add back if a fusion monster hits the grave, but usually that doesn't happen enough to justify it. Then Diabell Star, 3 wanted, 1 Diabell Star, 1 original Sinful Spoils, and then the 1 Jet Synchron. So this is because we can play some some Synchro stuff with the Muddy Mud Dragon. I've used a little bit more of that fusion substitution, and then like do stuff with Albion. So that's kind of the play with that, and also because Diabell Star can send a face down card. So to summon her, you can actually send like a set Toy Soldier. So even if you don't see souls or like illusion of chaos, you can actually still kind of get there and maybe even want to draw into one of those pieces. So that's why I really like the Wanted engine. Also, it's just more bodies. Who doesn't love just more bodies? And then the Jet Synchron, of course, summoning Jet Synchron to be able to do a little bit of synchro stuff, just get even more bodies out, like I said. Unfortunately, this can only send face-up cards, so most of the time this might be sending like Toy Box or just even the Diabell Star you just summoned. And now for the non-engine, we have classic Call by the Grave. We hard lose to Shifter and Droll, so there's just some stuff to hit. And maybe we could also like always hit an Ash or Veiler, but most of the time people will like do that on my souls to like stopping the draw too, which is like sometimes it's okay to let that go through, but other times I'm just like I do kind of want to draw too. Imperm, Droll, Ash. Droll kind of comes up that it's a spellcaster sometimes, so that's pretty important to remember. We have a bunch of stuff that just synergizes well with spellcasters. Like we have we have Timaeus, we have Artemis, we have Selene. Like it's just just random stuff like that. And then double talents. If we do get hand traps, we can just keep drawing. So we have like 3 different cards to draw like twice and some to draw once. So we have to hard draw the engine that we need to make this guy. So that's why we gotta play a lot. Now let's go into the extra deck. Some pretty normal stuff and like maybe a little bit of weird stuff. The Artemis SP combo. We're playing Proxy F Magician because we want a way to fuse without having to hard draw some cards, and this is one of the ways to do it. Unfortunately, you do need kind of like a substitute, a fusion substitute. So either the Goddess that we add, or maybe the Mud Dragon that we synchro into. We're gonna need one of those ways, and Proxy F is the way to do it. Dark. I did want to play Lina because we do have quite a bit of light monsters, but there's just no room with how I want to do it. I guess in the future, technically this card isn't really the best card to put, but you know, for the sake of the video, you know, had to put them in. So yeah, no Lina, remove for Lina. Celine, because broken in the Spellcaster deck, and then Apollosa and Access Code. So Access Code comes up like a lot because there's not a lot of ways for this deck to out just like cards on the board. So Access Code, typically we're gonna pop 2, right? Like we go Artemis, SP maybe, or like Artemis Dark, and then sometimes we get a 3rd because Proxy F Magician is a fire, which is kind of nice. And then for our synchros, Garden and Rose Maiden, it's like technically part of the combo. For like Jet Synchron and one of the level 4s, like Toy Soldier, you can maybe get into a Dragoon from here. Then the Mud Dragon, of course. Excel, because we don't really have a lot of dragon effect monsters. We only have what, like Tamias, Albion, Mud Dragon, and then like I guess our Magia. But yeah, not a lot of options there. So we play this. It sets up the dragon effect monster while keeping the Jet Synchron on board. So that's why I played it. Possibly could be replaced. Chaos Angel is just another way to out cards on board. Then for our fusion monsters, Albion, kind of part of the combo. It usually provides an extra body to link off with, and then also make the Dragoon after, and that's why we're playing 2. If we can't make the Magia, we most of the time will end on like a double Dragoon, or at the very least 1 Dragoon, and then we can make the other one on the following turn. And now for our side deck, double Ghost Ogre. I felt like this was one of those hand traps that kind of hits the matchups that we're like worried about, like, you know, stuff like Tenpai, a lot of field spell decks, another like hand trap for like Voiceless, it's stuff like that. D Barrier just really good right now. Evenly, Duster, and Cosmic. This is a lot of decks that like a lot of back row decks, like stun decks for the most part for me, and then just a lot of decks that aren't even ready to handle it evenly. Like some decks you just evenly them and they can't do much, or they just lose a lot off of it. So I really like evenly right now. And then Ghost Bell for just the matchups that are hard wins against, and like I said, just matchups that these cards don't win, like Droll, like Talents, they don't really win against you know, Labyrinth decks or Tenpai. So Bell is like pretty good there. All right, so here I'm going to show you how we're making Magia, okay? So this isn't going to be like optimal end board, but it's going to be like pretty much like you guys can get the idea of what I'm trying to go for here, right? We just set up our toy box stuff. Illusion of Chaos, we're going to add a Magician's Souls, of course, and then we want to keep the soul or the Illusion of Chaos in our hands, so we actually have to like stack another card that we don't want. Souls, of course, you guys know this part, you know, pretty simple stuff right here. And then of course we can do this first, do these 2, and then if there's no response, we can stack the deck, go Tamias. So we just go Tamias here, and then of course trigger our guys here, boom boom, summon 2, and then we can add our fusion substitute monster, and then from here we can comfortably get to our Magia in under 5 summons here, right? We just summon Tamias, and then of course fuse into the big boy here, and that's it. Now we still have 3 more bodies on board, and then from here like you could always like Toy Tank Tribute, summon back this the fusion substitute, so you can actually use her twice. And like for if you had like an extra body like Diabellstar or even like Magician's Rod, you could actually just make Proxy F Magician and of course fuse again. But like from here, you know, we kind of can't because we don't have the dragon. Optimally, you would keep the Tamias on board, then just go right into the Dragoon, or I guess you can make Albion too. Either way, get the extra body, then link off for SP. All right, so here's one of the rounds at the locals here. We're going up against the Lightsworn Runick here, and we get to go first. So we're starting off pretty good. We found, I think, our 3-card combo here, but instead of Souls Soul Servants, we find Magician's Rod. So it's pretty much the same way, but we get the extra body. However, I do kind of try and play around like some hand traps. I mean, at this point I haven't been hand trapped yet, so it's unlikely that there is a hand trap, but I still decide to do it anyways. But we Soul Servant, stack our Tamias like you guys saw, draw into it, and of course get our toys out in the field, and of course from there we were able to search. But we hard opened the fusion substitute monster, so we just grab a toy box instead for the next turn. And then from here I make the play to try and play around like Nibiru, in the off chance that that is like the one hand trap, I go for SP first, so we can at least end on something, and then just go for Timaeus into the Magia. All right, we summoned it, we did it, guys. It's all we meant to do. All right, 100% win rate as long as we summon it, right? But yeah, at this point, you know, I think it's enough. I was debating making a like a format Apo, but yeah, I thought just Magia plus SP was probably enough. And so yeah, see, first action is Runick Tip, so that's kind of interesting. And they add the freezing curses. I think that's what that was. So I don't try and negate anything yet. Not really worth going for it until I see what they're actually on. They go for summoning Hugin, trying to add the field spell. We Magia that, get that out the way. So it's, you know, pretty good. They try and I think, yeah, freezing curses on the Magia. I just negate it in case they have like a trap card. Normal the Weiss, summon the Dragonling. They go Dragonling, and I just use SP here, banish my Magia and the Dragonling. So that way, you know, even if they out my whole board and all that, I at least at the end of my turn get my Magia back. I didn't really want to wait, but at the same time, I probably could have just waited because they were under like Runick card restriction with no battle phase. But you know, at this point, it's like I think it's like okay to do it either way. So we go with we go and see, you know, JD being added, getting some bodies. I think they have enough Lightsworn names, and or they're about to right here, popping, and not hitting any good cards, thankfully. And then summoning out the JD, blowing up the board, so losing everything. But like you saw last time, we have the toy box for follow up. Magia's coming back, so we at least have that. You know, negate that many times is gotta be good, right? And especially because they're on Runick, so we're for sure going to be able to negate a spell anyway, so and a monster, so it's always like 2 negates. Yeah, and having the Illusion of Chaos, we had a bunch of cards in hand extra. We didn't really hand trap them at all. I think we just drew a bunch of engine. So yeah, toy box plus Magician Souls. You guys already know the drill here. You're going to see it. We can set from grave and from deck here. Toy Soldier, Toy Tank, send them, draw 2, just draw a bunch of cards here. Like let's just be crazy. Let's just go crazy here. Right, summon back, and then here, you know, we do have the future substitute monster in the graveyard already, so we just normal the draw, right? We link it to Proxy F, and of course we can just toy tank summon back from grave because we have toy box set up into the future substitute, and of course you guys already know we're gonna fuse, we're gonna make our boy Albion, of course, and then into good old Dragoon, and then from there, like, it's just no matter what happens there are like no cards left, and I don't think I like kill them. I kind of mess up the sequencing a bit, but either way, you know, we just go on to game 2 from here. Like the whole board just gets picked apart here, and we have like 3 Omni negates. So yeah, game 2, they decide to go first, so let's see what happens here. We open I think quite a bit of hand traps, as you're about to see, right? They go Smiting Storm, summon Hugin, pitch to try and get to their good old field spell, but no imperm on that. Normal the Vice, and then synchro up into a Charge Warrior, draw a card. That's fine with me. And then from here they do a little something interesting. They go Tip, and I'm actually like I'm gonna put them on hard draw Fallon or lose it. They didn't have it, so we're in pretty good points here. I do have like an evenly in hand. I'm like, do I evenly this? And I do, because I want to at least get rid of the monster, because with my hand I can't get rid of the monster, so we at least get rid of something. They choose to banish the back row, and we have Toy Soldier, which is nice. We got Toy Box, but unfortunately that's all I can really do, because I hard open a bunch of the cards you don't want to draw. Like I have like a Toy Tank in my hand too. I didn't set it. I think that's an imperm set or something like that. Oh no, that's a Soul Servant. I have a Soul Servant set. They go Flash Fire, pop my Toy Soldier, and then in end phase I Soul Servant stack on top of my deck a Magician's Souls, so that next turn we're drawn 2 at the very least. If not draw 2, we're just gonna summon 2, get a bunch of bodies, and we're finally be able to make some interruptions. So yeah, we're like way ahead here already. Summon 2, search, like quite literally as if we were playing turn 1, right? So from here we can probably just like pick apart the board, like, and just do like most minimal stuff. Here I messed up the sequencing a little bit. I'm supposed to like get my Soul Servant draw first and then go for all of this, but it doesn't really matter because like we're so far ahead. Like Proxy F, like this is why I'm playing the Proxy F, go for Albion, but I want to keep the Dark Magician in my grave just to get the draw. So I end up banishing the Albion just to make the Dragoon and all that. And of course, we drew into Wanted. So yeah, you guys already see where we go from here. Just the power of having Toy Box plus Magician's Souls gets you so much advantage, and it's pretty much unstoppable except for like one hand trap. Like Ghost Ogre is the only one that can like truly stop it all from going down, and even then, if you draw multiple like Toy Box, you can just activate another, right? So we get to a point, access code, and that's all.